times we like to tell you what's coming up on the Roula and Ryan show with Eric, but we're just like flat out the gate, and you're going to have a chance at money
It
now.
feels like a Friday show,
Because
doesn't
we're
it?
doing right. It's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. It's called The Secret Sound. You have 5 chances today between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to be caller 104. The first chance is right now, 833-390-KRBE. The current jackpot is $312. This is The Secret Sound. One more time. Now, none of us in here are going to say what we think it is because we might be right because we can't figure it out.
I don't even know
the answer.
Sam has been the lucky one because she has gotten the last 2 winners on her show after
what
our
the
show.
hell?
Isn't that cool?
It's
And then
awesome.
I got the winner on her show
On Friday.
on Friday.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Sam's
when people
show is
win.
the magic hour, apparently.
Yeah.
Ashlyn won $2,708.
$4.
$4 with the electric bougie shades. And then yesterday you had the winner.
Bougie shades.
From
basically.
Suriname Lame. And then $936 was given away yesterday after our show. And that noise.
It was like a mailbox closing.
The mailbox
like
was
a metal
closing, right.
mailbox.
So this now is the new
Mail block.
sound.
Mail block.
Mail block. And Sam will give you the list of the wrong guesses we have so far as we get to caller 104. It's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. We've been running the Secret Sound. If you go to krbe.com, you can see information there about it, the times we play. And we also send it to your phone when the clue is needed. So you text the word secret to 37530, and then we send the clue. Usually when the clue goes out,
It goes
boom,
quick,
it goes
yeah.
crazy. Everyone on text like, I know what it is. I know what it is. I can't wait to be caller 104. And I don't know if yet this has happened because I haven't listened to the whole day part of every day of KRBE. But I wonder if somebody's gotten lucky twice to be caller 104 and been wrong twice. You know what I mean? Like,
I
let's
know
say,
it definitely happened last time we
It
did
did?
it. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Because can you imagine?
It's
you're
hard to
lucky
get in,
enough,
and then yes. I
and
remember
then twice you're wrong. You're like,
Oh, that was
dang
sucky.
it.
they were so mad. Yeah, they're like, I got in twice. It's like impossible.
Okay, I think we got it.
All right.
Paige is caller 104. Let's go to Paige.
Another winner? Secret Sound? Or an even bigger jackpot?
Hi, Paige. You're caller 104.
All right, Paige. Let's do this.
We'll play the secret sound for you down the phone line 2 times. You'll get the list of the wrong guesses so far. There's not many of them because it's early in the jackpot race, $312. And then you give us your guess. If you're right, you'll win it. If you're wrong, we'll add another $104. Here is the secret sound. And one more time. Okay, here are the wrong guesses, Paige.
Paige, it's not a calculator, and it's not shaking ice.
Okay, Paige, for $312. What is the secret sound?
Oh, man. I guess ice maker is part of shaking ice.
Yeah, we would have, anything with ice, we would have said.
Don't go there.
So don't go with ice.
Okay. Oh, gosh, y'all. I'm so sorry.
That's
all right.
okay. It's okay. Take
Oh,
your
my, I've
time.
called
Be
so many
calm.
times now. I'm like, what do I do now that I'm on the phone?
I know you finally got through.
Just take a random guess.
funny. It's like being on the rapid fire quiz and not knowing the simplest of answers because of the stress.
Don't take your
know,
time.
right?
The show's over at 10. You got lots of time.
It's okay.
Fine, we got no.
Okay.
Come on, Paige.
Can I play it one more time? I'm so sorry. Is that okay? Or no?
Sure, why
What the
not?
heck?
We don't make the
Okay.
rules.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you do
Here we
whatever you
go.
want.
Okay.
What is that?
All right, Paige.
Okay. Can I say, like, closing, like, a utensil drawer?
Ooh,
Okay, so
you
you
can
get-
say
I like that.
That is incorrect.
But it would be the wrong thing.
Yeah. You could say it, but it would be wrong.
You're good. You're good at this game because
You
you're
did
like
say
you're
it.
not trying to make that the answer. Like, can I say that? Oh, I can't.
That's a
That's
clever
what-
Is that
strategy.
your final answer? Yeah. The final answer is closing the utensil drawer, and that is an incorrect
But you
answer.
know what, Paige? You got 4 more chances today.
Yeah, and now you just raised the jackpot to
Thanks, guys.
$416, Paige. It could work for you again.
Try it again.
Thanks for listening to our show. Are you on your way to work, or what are you doing, Paige?
I'm actually dropping my daughter off on her last day of school, and we have been, like, hunting down the secret sound. I have alarms set on my phone.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
so
Making
I
a
am-
family game.
Yes, I am just happy to talk to y'all because my kids are always like, did we get the secret sound today? I'm like, nope, we're trying again at this time.
Aw.
So
Well, what are
we
your
love y'all
kids'
so
names?
much. So,
Give your kids a
this
shout
is
out.
Claire. Claire is in the car with me.
Hi, Claire.
Hey, Claire.
Claire. What grade? What grade is Claire in?
It's our last day of first grade today.
Oh my gosh, sweet little Claire.
Tomorrow she can say she's a second grader.
That's so fun. Oh my gosh, enjoy
So
these
y'all are,
days.
y'all are a huge part of our morning. So thank you. Every morning we listen to y'all, and my kids know y'all by name now. So thank you for being a part of our
Well,
family
thank you
mornings
for being
every
a part of
morning.
our morning.
Aw,
And
Paige.
hopefully, I know school's going to be over, but you can still, at home.
Turn
a lot
on
of
that
people
Alexa.
listen to us.
That
on Alexa.
Google Doc.
Podcast.
Oh, it is a known we are listening to KRBU when Mom goes anywhere in the car. So
Smart mom.
thank y'all.
Oh my God, Paige,
Take
you
care.
made our day. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And sweet Claire, have a great last day of first grade. Big hugs to you. All right, sweetie pie.
Thank
Thank you. All right, honey.
To me-
Try again, Paige. Thanks so much. Secret Sound. That's how it works. 4 more chances today.
It's hard to judge like when kids listen with their parents and then they, there's some points where they stop and then they come back. But I can never tell. Like I used to be able to tell like, okay, when kids are like 15, 16, they'll go to their own world and listen to music and then they go to college and then they come back to the Rule and Ryan show.
Or do you think that there's that much of a 15-year-old's like, no, I'm not. I'm going to just totally change my morning routine in the car?
Like when they're driving, like when they're 16, they probably have their own music and stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
guess so.
but then when they get in the real world, they realize, oh man, I love that show. I listened to my mom.
It takes
Yeah.
us back
How many
to
people do we
a
get-
simpler, happier time.
Yeah, because like we've had so many people say, oh, my mom and I used to listen to you guys. She passed away a year ago, and it's tough because I used to, after Roses, I'd call her and they'd talk back and forth
And we're the
about.
connection into
Yeah.
the memory. AJ came into our studio after Beryl, remember? Because his mom passed away from cancer.
Yes.
That we were the routine for them. The mom passes away. They're devastated, and the tree is in their house. And it's just really interesting how, we are solid for so many people. That's why we call you our radio
And the
family.
same thing when people move away, you feel like you got a little bit of peace of home.
I
when
mean,
you
I think
listen
this
to
is
the
an
podcast.
amazing time to be living because the fact that so many people get transferred, have to leave for school or whatever it is, and you can still get your home city radio station in your pocket on your phone.
Oh,
you take
yeah.
us with you. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that was a big thing. Like, I had a friend that moved, and I remember ninth grade. The summer of 8th grade into 9th grade, my friend moved to Georgia. And I remember we would listen to the radio, we'd record songs and stuff. And I remember thinking, like, what are you going to listen to over there? What's it sound like over there? And like now it's just universal. I mean, you could take KRBE anywhere around the world.
We're
Literally,
a
I
global
have done
community
this.
now.
You played a call earlier this week. Remember that lady? She was a nurse going to Pittsburgh.
Oh, going to
She's
Pittsburgh,
moving.
yeah. My mom listens every single morning on her Alexa.
Yeah,
Even
Every
when-
single
awesome,
morning.
which is awesome.
We have the
We are her morning
biggest
show.
fan in
Harrisburg.
Pennsylvania. Harrisburg,
The true
Pennsylvania, which
test
is so far.
Will she listen when you're gone for 3 months?
Oh yeah, she's probably gonna text me and be like, "Do you want the real answer?"
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. She'll be at my house for a good portion of that, so it'll probably
great.
be on my Alexa at
She'll
my
be here.
house. Yeah.
That's
She'll be
awesome that she
listening
can be
while
here.
we're
Oh,
here.
I'm so blessed that she's coming to help out.
Yeah, I found that call. Do you want it? Here, real
Yeah, 'cause-
quick?
yeah, I don't think we played this hour. It's really short.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just wanted to call and tell you guys how much I love you. I just graduated from medical school, and I'm actually leaving Houston. I'm moving to Pittsburgh, I guess for Sam Go Steelers woo. But I just wanted to tell you guys that you guys have such a special place in my heart. I've been listening to you guys for like 8 years now. You've gotten me through some really dark times. And even though I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, I'm still going to listen to you guys on the podcast every day because I love you so much. Thanks for all the laughs from the road show. You guys are the best, and you're one of the main things I'm going to miss about Houston, but I plan on staying with you. So, love y'all.
Good luck there.
Aw, that's so sweet.
That's a tough thing to do when you finish school and
listen to us.
got to
So medical
branch out
school.
on your own. Oh, yeah. How tough is that?
This
And then
texter says-
starting a new life.
Yeah, this actually says I have to go to Dallas to work for 2 weeks in March, and I'm glad. Oh, I went to Dallas, and I'm glad I had your podcast because I could not find anything to listen to. I love your podcasts.
Aw.
So it's great. And I also, years ago, we used to invite people into the raw feed.
Yep.
We would meet, we'd give you a number, we'd call you a raw feeder, and we'd invite you in. And we met a couple who lived overseas. She was from Deer Park. He was from Germany. They met in Austria, I believe, and they got married and they lived in Italy or something. Their whole story was crazy. And they had this 10-hour drive through Europe. And they listened to 90 raw feeds.
Holy crap.
90 raw feeds in that drive.
That's a binge.
That is awesome.
How far does it go back?
Yeah, how far does it go back? I
I've
don't know
never
how the
looked.
system
Have you
works.
ever
Kev.
looked?
Well, we had a system crash years ago, and then they had to start the whole
Reset.
thing over.
Like you could probably go back to at least 3 years, right?
I don't think it goes back.
Or does
that
it stop
No.
after a year? Or does it...
I've
I've never looked before.
Do we have
I
the
don't wanna
very
listen to
first raw
myself.
feed?
There might be 20 available to listen to.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I never.
I think
Oh,
it
is it?
stops.
Yeah, because it's a different system now since the
different
Yeah,
crash.
why would you? It's like we are having a conversation.
I don't need to hear it again.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's kind of like pre-COVID world and post-COVID world. You know how we mark everything by, before COVID?
Yeah.
Well, for us at KRB, it's pre-crash of the system.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-crash, we had all this audio. We had so much audio of different things.
Isn't it an amazing role how one person can inflict
Yeah.
so much damage?
Totally.
You know
One
what?
guy. One guy.
When you
Crashed
go there, you can click on the word load more. and keep scrolling down. So it's going back. I'm back at 2019.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's going
wow, you're going back 6 years.
2018,
Nice.
and now I'm in 2018.
So it is,
love
they're
it.
all there.
They're there.
That is awesome.
I've never scrolled that far down because I don't
Yeah.
want to
I
hurt
wish I could
myself.
pay somebody, like, you know, you've seen those, Roula does those stories, like Netflix will pay you $1,000
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
to sit around for
to list
you
all
know.
of them and count how many times Ryan leaves.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, in the raw feed.
Oh man,
Most.
I bet it's like, if you did the percentage, probably 70%.
I go
Yeah.
80.
I bet
go
it's like
80.
85.
There's no way I can
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
in
yeah.
there for like more than 30 minutes without peeing.
You sit in for 3
you
minutes
leave.
and you leave.
Yeah.
It's not even 3
At the
minutes.
beginning, you just leave.
You just
We
walk
look out the window, we're like, wait, his car's
Ryan's
gone.
car's gone.
Hear the script.
Okay.
Yeah,
uh,
and then the boss is like, but we have a meeting. Like,
Oh, yeah.
wait, he just left?
Oh,
Yeah.
doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Okay, earlier this week we talked about
There's a strategy there.
the college degrees that pay the least amount of money. And I know a lot of college graduations have happened, and you're going to have the post-graduation freak out because now apparently when you graduate college, you're an adult. You should be able to afford to live on your own
And for some reason,
be an adult.
everyone in college thinks they're going to make 6 figures
Right at the gate.
day one.
Right at the gate.
Like, they're going to get a job right now, and they're going to make 6 figures.
Yeah, so we want you, Houston and world, to call us at 833-390-KRBE and tell us, what do you do for a living and how much do you make? Because Real Time, Good Morning America, has the headline, earning 6 figures by age 20, question mark.
Are you kidding me?
If you go to trade school, you can.
How is that?
They're talking about trade school.
Yeah, that's a trade
That's what I
school.
tell people.
Not 4-year degrees. Trade school.
Trade programs offering teens an alternative to college. There you go.
Yep.
And then you don't have debt either.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd
So,
like that.
833-390-KRBE. Right now, as an adult listening to this show real time, what is the job that you do and how much do you make? Let's give the college grads
You have to
some
go deep
perspective.
into it. We won't say, like,
Where, the name of the job, like
Yeah.
where you tell us the
Just the
field of
field.
work you're in and what that pays you. So we're going to see what we
haven't done
get
this in a
next.
while.
I know, it's going to be fun. Next on KRBE.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's graduation season, high school graduation, kindergarten graduation.
Good luck, everybody.
8th grade graduation, 5th grade graduation.
college pretty much did the last couple
College
weeks.
graduation. And, earlier this week there was a story about the 10 degrees that pay you the least amount of money for your career. A lot of it was like social work, education, unfortunately, things like that. So we wanted to kind of give a good perspective to college graduates on what people who listen to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, who are in their careers, what do they do for a living and how much they make? Now, we're not asking you specifics like, tell us the name of your company.
No,
we're
just
not
the
doing that.
field you work in.
What is the field you work in? And really, I want to add a little extra to that. Tell us what you do for a living, how much you make, but what was your starting salary in that position?
Oh, yeah.
Or like when you graduated college, maybe you weren't doing that job, but what were you kind of making? That's
Kind of
something
give
to
like a
see,
real
too.
perspective, because there's even a story about going to trade school to get out to make 6 figures by the time you're 20, because Eric was saying before the break that, there's so many kids that are like disillusioned thinking, I'll make $150,000
I thought the
when
same
graduate
thing.
college.
Oh, I thought in radio when I first started in the 90s, I was like, I'm going to make starting like $95,000. I thought,
Really? You thought that?
yeah, that's stupid.
You still
My
don't make
first
that.
year,
No.
I started in the 90s as well. My first year, $11,500 was my take home.
Hell, I
From
didn't know
radio.
what-
I had
didn't
to
know what
work
to
like
expect.
4 other jobs.
They told me $5 an hour. I was thinking, great, thank you. May I have another?
And that was full time.
$5 an hour.
But now I'll just say, yeah, just pay me in tips. They're not going to tax me.
833-390-KRVE. We're going to try and get to as many of you as we can so we can give college graduates some perspective on what kind of jobs
And
are
if,
and what they
and if
pay.
your kid's a graduate, let them hear this podcast later. If they're
Exactly right.
sleeping
Download
in.
the
It's an
app.
eye opener.
Right. Katrina's up first. Hi, Katrina. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Katrina, what line of work are you in?
I'm in supply chain, and I
Okay.
went to University of Houston. So
Okay.
Bauer Business School.
Nice.
I studied supply chain management.
Okay.
I graduated in 2019. I worked for an oil and gas company in supply chain, and I started making $72,000
You started at 72K
Now-
right out of the box.
Wow.
Okay.
right out of the box.
That's
Nice.
really good. How many years?
Wow.
And you said 2019 you graduated, right?
So 6 years later,
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to make that much when you started? Like,
My
something.
goal was always to make $100,000, and my professor said within 5 years that would be possible.
Is it true?
Yes. 4 years later, I started working at a renewable company, energy and supply chain, and I broke 100,000. Now I make 125,000 base plus 18,000 bonus.
congratulations. Well done.
Fantastic.
Return on investment.
investment is very, very good.
That's
so
good.
If
Supply
you
chain
thought
management.
about going back to school,
Yeah.
go back to school. I went while raising 3 girls.
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Bravo,
You're a
Katrina. You're like,
Wonder
look at me
Woman.
now.
Yeah.
You're a look at me now. Look at Katrina now.
Yes.
Wow, that
Yes.
is great. Supply chain management. And let me ask you this, your hours, what are they like? Is it a Monday through Friday job, or is this something where on the weekends you're like constantly on emails and, oh my God, there was some container is stuck in the ship channel we can't get. What's your
So
job like on the
it is
weekend?
Monday through Friday. On the weekends, that's for my family, because family over everything.
Good for you.
And we work a hybrid schedule. So Monday and Friday, I work from home. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I drive to downtown. Today, my baby's finishing her first grade, so she'll be a second grader. So I'm working from home, so I could pick her up at 11:15.
Oh, that's got to be a
Girl,
great
we want
feeling.
your job.
Yeah. Wow.
Sam's like, I will take that job.
I'm like, I'm going to DM her and ask her, like,
Need an
what rounds do
assistant?
I need to go? Yeah.
Can I get one of those? What is it when
I don't
colleges
go back
give
to
you
college.
honorary
Yeah,
degrees?
that's true.
Katrina, thank you so much. Supply chain management, the Bauer School
I
of
didn't
Business.
even know that was.
That is
thing.
awesome. No, I've
thing,
always heard
really.
like logistics and supply chain.
Yeah.
That's like something that's not sexy, but it pays.
Wow.
As long
good
as you're
for
happy
her.
at what you're doing.
That's great.
Yeah,
John is
money
up
makes
next.
me happy.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
John is up next. We're asking, what do you do for a living? What field of work are you in, and how much do you make? Hi, John. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hey, John.
There you are.
Hey, John.
He muted himself with
No.
his cheek.
I hear him barely.
Sorry.
That's
Hey,
okay.
There you go. Hey, buddy. What field of work do you work in?
Diesel technician.
Oh.
What technician?
Okay, diesel technicians. I mean, you work on giant diesel engines?
18-wheelers.
18-wheelers. Okay, so you work on 18-wheelers. And what does that pay?
Starting out was approximately about 45 to 50.
Okay. And now?
Where
30
are you at?
years in, about 130.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Yes, it's just hard on the body.
I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
I bet. 30 years of that?
And 30 years ago was probably more like, what, 65 now? 60?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about
inflation
inflation.
stuff.
Yeah, you're right. His
But, I
line
mean-
just dropped too, by the way. But that's okay. We got the information. Thank you, John, for calling
It
in.
is.
But yeah, 30
Think
years
about
ago,
what
he
a
started at
different field it
When I,
45.
took, when I took my job in Dallas, I think I made 30 grand back in 99.
Okay.
They offered me $30,000.
And what would that be in today's
I think
salary?
they said like 44 or something.
Okay.
Wow.
Think how his field has changed, though.
My
because
position
back
has
then,
not grown.
Back then,
Sounds
when he
enough.
started out, vehicles weren't computers. Now, basically, all forms of transportation are just rolling
Yeah.
computers.
Right. Clarissa
Phoenix
explains
got
it
paid
all.
this Christmas.
Was a show on Nickelodeon, and Clarissa is on the phone.
He's got paid more than you.
833-390-KRVE. What do you do? How much do you make? Hi, Clarissa. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good
I
morning.
am a nurse. I started out in 2014 making about $65,000 working in the hospital, and now I work at an outpatient center, and I make a little over $100,000.
Good for
Wow,
you.
that's great.
Okay. And now, what are your hours like? That's what I'm always curious about. What is the quality of life? As a nurse, what are your hours like?
So I started out on night shift, which is kind of a rite of passage, and now I work in 8:30 to 5. But my husband didn't go to college, and he's a lineman. Shout out to Frontline Power Construction.
Yes. Shout out
and
to him.
They make
he
bank.
out earns me.
And
See?
but is he working like
Yeah, what are
10
his
days
hours?
straight and then he has a break, or do they always send
how's
him
that
to
work?
other cities that have
Linemen,
natural disasters?
they're on calls, aren't they? They're on call.
It depends on what type of line work they do. So some of them will, they'll go out of town, and some of them work nights, and some of them, like my husband has pretty straightforward hours, and they're pretty great.
Nice.
So he out earns me, and I went to college.
Well, that's
See?
okay.
Sometimes these
Yeah,
trade
right.
schools, man.
May I ask
they're
you,
a skill?
do you find this like emotionally a rewarding job, or is it very hard on you?
To be a nurse?
Yeah. Like, I mean, emotionally, is that a difficult, because you see people at the end of their life sometimes. I mean,
Well, depending on what
But
kind
you're
of nurse
also
you
helping
are.
people out, too.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm wondering. Do you find it like fulfilling?
I worked in a level 4 NICU for a long time, and that was really hard emotionally. So that was one of the reasons why I kind of transitioned out of it. But I love working in pediatrics. I really like it. And I have 3 kids, so it feels rewarding. I know what parents are looking for, and I know like how to help them and how to like connect with them. So
That's
I
awesome.
love what I do. I've always wanted to be a nurse.
Good,
awesome.
Clarissa. My niece wants to be a nurse, so it's good to know that you love
We need you.
what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. Thank you, Clarissa. We're asking the question, what do you do for a living? How much do you make? Oh, darn it. I wanted to go with Kevin, the next line. He was making over $300,000. I didn't understand what his job was, and he dropped.
What was the
job?
description? The title?
I don't remember what the description
gone.
was. Let me see what
I
it
didn't
said.
see
It's
it.
gone.
Yeah, it
because once they hang
clicks
up,
off. It
the
clicks
description's
off.
gone. It clicks
Oh,
off. But it
okay.
was
You didn't
over
see it?
300,000. I can't remember what it
You
was.
saw that number and went,
Dang
ooh.
it. Dang it.
Dang it. Call back, Kevin, if that was you making over 300,000. We want to know
Mail
what you do.
escort.
What do you do? Okay, so we're asking the question, what do you do? How much do you make? Carlos is up next. Hi, Carlos. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Man.
Carlos, what line of work are you in, sir?
I operate heavy equipment.
Okay, now heavy equipment, give me an example of what that is. Is that a something that moves containers or what's it?
Big,
Bulldozer?
No, bigger. I operate a heavy excavator, a big ass excavator. I'm sorry for the bad word.
fun.
That'd be
A
fun.
excavator.
The claw. That's awesome. Okay, heavy equipment operator. What does that pay you?
Make about 90 per year.
Nice. What did it start as when you started that job? What was the starting salary for you?
Well, when I started, I was making $7. I started from the bottom and I worked my way up.
Wow.
That's
How many
incredible.
You can be
years?
proud of yourself.
How many years have you been doing that, Carlos?
I've been doing it for about 25 years, I believe, already.
25 years.
Is it-
Wow.
Is it physically hard on the body?
It's hot.
It's long hours.
It's just hot.
Mostly
Sure
long
it
hours.
is.
No,
Yeah.
because we have AC on them now. Back in the day, yeah, you used to sweat a lot, but now they're more
Plus, he's
comfortable.
sitting a lot.
Yeah.
And you're controlling all that
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Do you have a Monday through Friday job only, Carlos, or do you also work weekends?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Kids stay in school because yes, trade jobs are. You could make enough money, but I'm gonna give an example. My son just graduated in December.
Mm-hmm.
He's making the same amount as money as I do, only working 40 hours a day, while I work at least an average of 60 hours per
So
week.
40
I would
hours
say.
a week, and your son just finished trade school making the same money you're
trade
making.
school or college?
No, I think he said.
No, he graduated college.
Oh, college.
He's making the same amount that I am, and only working 40 hours.
Yeah, it took
While I
him
have to
30
work at
years
60.
and busting his butt
Right,
to
got
get
it.
to that point, and his son
Yeah.
just graduated college.
I know
and
if you
he's
work at
already-
like the unions, like up north, they get those union fees. They're making
Yeah,
a
crazy.
They're
lot of
making
money.
pretty good money.
They
My brother
retire,
had
but
a.
by the time they're like 54, they're done.
Yeah.
Well, Carlos, thanks for what
Yeah.
you're doing. I mean, we think it looks cool
Wow.
what you're doing.
I
Looks
know.
fun.
My son would be really excited.
You ever see those guys that do the
Yeah, Dig
I'll
World.
take Kev and Santi.
Yeah.
that crane job where they have to take that little elevator all the way up to their
Yeah,
the
that's
crane
wild.
and they have to sit
That's
up there. And,
Oh, yeah. On the
freaks me out.
skyscrapers?
That freaks
yeah,
me
did I
out.
see one over there on West Alabama over there by Lamar area? I see that.
Yeah, if I see a thunderstorm coming, I am out.
Yeah, well, we use the restroom too. They must have a little
The little
toilet
don't
bucket
know.
over
porta
there.
potty up there.
Something. What happens if you got little bubble guts?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's like, guys, I can't go up there today.
I can't be
Well,
up
wait,
there.
the one that there's one near my house, and they took the porta potty with the crane and they brought it up to the 5th floor. They literally
Wow.
brought the porta potty
Oh, okay.
in the air up to the 5th floor and then dropped it on the 5th floor so the guys don't have to
But
walk
I think what
all the way
Eric's
down.
talking about
Wow.
is like
Nice.
you're in that
The
little
guy.
box.
This
and
guy's
you're
got
on
a little
top of this
crane.
thing
I know,
way
but
up there.
I don't think
You
it's
must
big enough.
have to have like a little squatty potty or something.
I don't think, and maybe at the ports they do because those are huge cranes. But the ones that you see here on the buildings that are just spinning in circles, I bet they got to climb down every time.
Oh, God.
833-390 KRVE is our phone number. We're asking you to call us and tell us what do you do for a living and how much do you make, all based off of the college degrees that pay the least amount of money. Earlier this week was revealed the number one was a language. Like if you majored in French or you majored in German, that has to be paired with something else to pay you a decent wage. But most of those jobs are like a $40,000
You'd
job.
be a French teacher.
This caller does a job in geography. It just says geography.
Geography.
Hi, Amber. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
I'd be bad at that job.
Amber,
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amber. Tell
was
us
your
a little
actual
bit about
degree
your job.
geography? Was that your degree was in geography?
Yeah, my major was in geography.
Okay.
Really? So what kind of job do you
I
get?
wanted to.
Make maps.
I loved maps, and I just wanted to go to school for what I loved, and geography was the major I picked. Now, do I do anything with it now?
Stop, Kevin.
That was Kevin.
I'm sorry,
That was
Amber.
so
I'm sorry. Hold on.
inappropriate.
We're interrupting you very rudely. Very rudely.
She didn't hear it, right?
I don't know if she heard
It
it.
doesn't
No, she
matter.
didn't hear
Let's
it.
just keep going. Amber said she wanted to do what she loved. You went to school for geography. You graduated. Tell us what kind of job you got and what that pays you.
The first couple years I taught school, and the first year was $41K, and I thought I was raking it in. And now I actually moved to sales, and I make over 100.
Nice.
Sales completely unrelated to geography, though. Like,
What do you sell? Maps.
I don't know why we're
Yeah, it helps me.
What do you sell?
GPS.
Yeah, when the iPhone came out, kind of screwed her.
Yes. I actually sell toilets.
No
Nice.
way, skippy toilet. What?
Which kind of toilet? Like the ones I like, the fancy ones that wash your butt and all that good stuff.
No.
'Cause I could sell
Really,
the hell
I
out
work
of
in the
those.
apartment industry selling them toilets and appliances and stuff like that. Anything they get from the hardware store.
Right,
the
so you're
basic
not
ones.
putting in like the Toto toilet.
So you have a 4-year degree in geography, but you're doing an unrelated to geography job that pays you $100K.
Yes.
Okay,
Ask them
got
if they
it.
want I can sell like the premium service for you. I'll come in
The
the
Totos?
afternoons and sell the fancy
to
stuff.
install in your snobby
She's not
lobby.
installing.
And the high-end
No, but
apartment.
no, the high end though. I'll do the high end stuff for you.
The mid-rises and the high-rises of Houston.
If I can get
Amber.
everyone's just to try it once, they'll be hooked.
But to Amber's point, though, guys, she said her first job out of the box with that geography degree was being a
41.
teacher, which was $41,000, which is exactly what that list said.
Yeah.
If you work in education, these jobs pay between $40,000 and $42,000. So she was dead on with that. It just proves the proof is in
My
the pudding.
sister, she's been doing. I think she's going to retire pretty soon as a teacher. She said she's making 6 figures now. In
Oh,
Chicago.
good.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what's her? Oh, she's a
I
teacher.
think
You said.
science. I
Oh,
think.
wow, that's nice.
I guess I should know.
I'm just
Yeah,
really
That's
quick,
your
I wanna-
sister. You don't even know what
Good
subject.
Lord.
Like I know
How
my
often
brother
do
is
you?
an ag
How
teacher.
often do you talk to your sister? By the way,
Maybe 3 times a year.
He's got 2 sisters. Which one?
3
Right.
times a year. I
Maybe
talk. I
3,
try
4.
to. I try to talk to my brother at least once or twice a week. You're saying, do you only speak to your family that often?
Yeah.
Do you love them?
I love them.
Coming up next, we have a therapy
I got
session
too
with
many
Eric.
things.
I think we do need
They're busy.
one.
I think we are going to have
I
Kevin.
think
They're not
you're
too
busy.
Counsel Eric.
Oh, my God.
Live on the mic next.
Yeah.
And then maybe a session for Kevin too. Insensitivity.
They call that person a nerd.
You call her a nerd while she's trying to pour her heart
Insensitivity
out.
training.
That was baby Billy. It wasn't me.
Go to the listener line, guys. 713-278-VENT to tell us what you do for a living, how much you make, and what kind of school you got for that. Because a lot of people are telling us, like, oil and gas, no school, $136,000. Apartment management, no school, $80,000. Business degree, $195,000.
Whoa.
So just tell us, give us more perspective on what you do for a living and how much you make. Coming up next, more therapy with Kevin and Eric on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric and
Poor
KRBE.
guy.
Your daily scoop, celebrity scoop.
KRBE's Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Taquerias Arandas. Okay, so Miley Cyrus is going to be on Kimmel tonight. She's making the rounds, and she was talking about, my kids really do like that newer song of hers that I'm having a brain fart on right now. We play it all the time in K. End of the World, thank you, yes. Kind of has like a retro vibe, I feel like. But anyway, we were listening to it yesterday. It was very good. So over the years, Miley Cyrus was first introduced to the world as Hannah Montana. So she was a young girl, and then as she grew and went through her phases, she was Hannah Montana, then she
She went the other way.
And then she
went
got
the
a little
opposite
bit, when she's
way.
posing naked all the time.
Remember the
Just
VMAs
exploring
with,
herself.
with Robin Thicke, that whole
Wrecking
inappropriate
Ball.
performance.
Wrecking ball.
Wrecking Ball.
I always think of Mumbles anytime you talk about that song.
God bless Mumbles for putting himself
That
out there
video.
like that.
If I'm ever in a bad mood, I just look up Mumbles.
Wrecking
Roula
Ball.
and Ryan Show,
On a
Wrecking
Wrecking
Ball.
Ball.
Just look that up.
KRBE.
So
Pops up.
Miley's voice has 100% gotten
Raspier.
raspier and raspier to the point where you're like, oh my God, how many cigarettes do you smoke? Like people when I was growing up, if you were like an old lady who's been smoking for like 50 years,
I'll have a Pall Mall, please.
It's real raspy voice and like Miley Cyrus.
I think of Homer Simpson's sister-in-laws.
Oh, yeah, it's like,
Patty and Thelma.
Okay,
That's spot on.
or Marge. I don't know, Marge. I can't do it. Here's Miley Cyrus telling us exactly what has been going on with her voice. Here it is.
I had Reiki's edema. It's abuse of the vocal cords. So my voice always sounded like this. So I have this very large polyp on my vocal cord, which is giving me a lot of the tone and the texture that has made me who I am. But I do have this Reiki's edema and I have this large polyp on my cords, and I'm not willing to sever it because the chance of waking up from a surgery and not sounding like myself is a probability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
your
it's-
voice is your moneymaker. You
it's-
can't play around with that.
It's extremely difficult to perform with because it's like running a marathon with ankle weights on. It is given a lot to the tone and texture of her voice, but it is hard because in her case, vocal abuse, smoking, acid reflux, all these things will injure your vocal cords when you have this. But to her point.
Sure.
Remember when Adele had the polyps on her vocal cords and everyone was like gripping the table like, oh my God, please still sound like Adele when you're done. And her Grammy performance was the first one after the surgery that like the Grammys got the most massive ratings for that window where she was going to perform. So I wanted to see, does she sound the
If I
same?
did really deep.
And she did, thank God. But it does absolutely change your voice. I had hemorrhaged my vocal cords in 2007, and I wasn't allowed to speak. I didn't have polyps on my vocal cords, but the doctor had said if they did not heal in the 10 days of silence, they'd have to go in to do some kind of procedure. And then I didn't have that conversation past that because I didn't want to get there. We were going to cross that bridge when we came to it. What's going to happen when I have the sound?
Did your voice change?
My voice did not change because I healed my vocal cords on my own in those 10
Got
days.
it.
I bet
The
you, though,
hemorrhaging
if we
went away.
went back and we listened to the early days of the show, we probably do sound different.
Well, I had a higher pitched voice, I feel like, but that's also because of the way we're hearing what we were recorded on is kind of warped.
Yeah, whenever you record stuff.
Yeah, but I will say this:
it was all digital back then.
my husband did part time radio in Dallas when I met him. That's how we met because my sister put us together. So we were radio great kids, and I heard a CD copy of some of his airtime before he had that nasal surgery, Kev, for the sinus vacuum.
Endoscopic nasal sinus surgery.
And that
Yes,
did change
he
his
had that
voice?
before I met him. When I met my husband Tassos, if you've not heard the story, the first time I heard his voice, I go, oh, his voice kind of hot. He has a very deep voice. But when I heard that audio of him, I go, who's that guy? He's like, that's me. I go, stop, you are lying. He sounded like, I visualized like a guy with like surfer hair and just this kind of like.
This is
that's a deep voice.
Almost like a Kevin's
It was
Bryce.
like a light kind of, not like a hey, I'm a surfer, but just like the way I
you're
visualized it,
listening
it
to
was like a
KROQ.
higher,
Hey,
lighter
Roula.
voice, not a deep down voice. And he said his voice changed after he did that nasal vacuum clean out.
Mine did too, a little bit.
I can't remember because he was in Dallas same time as me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
And I
know.
heard his show, I just
never
don't-
knew him before the surgery to know what
know.
his
What
voice
station
sounded
was
like,
he
but he
on?
said he changed his voice.
He was on 105.
Live 105.3.
Yeah. With Russ Martin and Howard Stern and
All
those
them.
dudes.
Yeah.
It was a rock show. Like it
Dan
was a
Tasso
guy
show.
talk.
Rock out.
Oh, yeah, ladies, take off your tops.
We're going to be broadcasting from the strip club on Saturday.
Yeah, but on Wednesday.
That was
Wow.
real life.
Against
That was real
whatever.
life, Sam. We
Opie
had to
and
broadcast
Anthony.
from a strip club.
Yeah. The
Live
Lodge.
broadcast from this
Probably
strip
the
club.
Lodge.
Silver Slipper.
It was Wow Wednesday. Oh, was it a Silver Slipper? Yeah, that's my
That one that they did.
Hey, it's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
What'd you say, Sam?
KRBE.
Silver Slippers is an old people group because my aunt
What?
is in a nursing home and they have a Silver Slipper group because my mom bought her these
type in-
Silver Slipper Uggs.
Type in Silver Slipper right
oh,
now.
Gosh, should I on my computer?
And
Well,
type
you're
in
doing that.
Ottawa, Illinois. And then
It's
you'll
a
see.
booby bar?
Yeah, we
my
talked about
hometown.
that. That's how I knew that name.
My
Silver
hometown
Slipper.
is only like 16,000. We have that, and we have the lamplighter. That was the
lamplighter.
That's full nude.
My mom was also in a senior dance group, and they were called the Silver Slippers.
I thought you were going to say when she was young, she was a stripper. Things we learn. Oh, memory eternal, Mom.
Speaking of jobs, we were just doing that. Hey, what do you do for a living and how much you make? The Houston Job Fair is happening in just about an hour. 10 o'clock this morning it starts. It's at Embassy Suites by Hilton, Houston, near the Galleria, 2911 Sage Road. Bring multiple copies of your resume if you're looking for a new career. They're looking for people in various fields. For employers, you can call 815-308-5426 to register to find out more about participating in this recruiting event.
I'd like to read you a
hard?
recruiting ad. Let me read that ad for the lamplighter.
The lamplighter.
In Illinois.
You found
Go
it?
up to the $50 thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're having a recruitment dancers. Ours is a fully nude exotic dance club with a variety of dancers. The lineup changes weekly. Plus Saturday matinee showcases an entirely different cast every Wednesday. It's amateur night and open auditions. Girls compete for audience affections and a $50 prize.
50.
To compete, arrive before 10 p.m. with your own costume and music.
Well, if it's fully nude,
rap.
why do you need a costume?
No rap. It says no rap.
Hey, let's see the lineup.
$50 in 2025. That's what you're going to be for.
rap
Naked.
like hip-hop.
Totally naked for $50 in Illinois. That's ridiculous. That is
the
not
latest.
enough
And
money.
This is because we have two. The Silver Slipper, that was closer to the highway, so that got the
More
truckers.
traffic.
All the truckers.
That's the brown bag video.
man.
Oh my
Which had the
God,
porno
the names
and
of the
brown bag
places.
videos, the name of
Toys.
it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord. You're going to meet some
That's
quality
like
people
a
there.
sitcom that you're making up. But this is your real life.
Lamplighter, I only went there once.
The lamplighter.
That was the fully nude.
Mm-hmm. Did you like what you saw?
I can't remember. I was like 19. The Silver Slipper, I went there like in 2014 or something. After I went to see my buddy.
He's going to go back. It's going to be it's going to be called like the HVAC vent. That's what it's called. The lamplighters, silver, the HVAC vents. You know what? We didn't give away the HVAC thing, by the way. Should we do that now?
Yeah, why not?
They want to be associated with this.
Okay.
Trust me, Air Innovations Heating and Cooling has no association whatsoever with that.
With the lamplighters and the silver slippers.
Names.
Oh, the names of the dancers before we do that. Okay, so we got Cherry.
Is there a
no, Cherry Cole, not Cherry Cola. It's Cherry Cole.
Oh, that's
Phoenix.
funny.
You got Barbie, you got Bella, Lana, Seven.
Seven?
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Who else? Calypso. Calypso is one of the dancer names. Tess, Bella, Stacy, Seven, and Calypso all on the side stage.
I can't even imagine.
Brandy, Barbie, and who else?
I can't imagine what these girls
Cherry
look
Cole
like in my hometown. They got to be like
stage.
Nasty.
Brought to you by Crest.
Changing gears here. If you need an
is.
HVAC tune-up, courtesy of Air Innovations, celebrating their 20th year in business, just be caller 10 at 833-390-KRVE because your comfort matters, and it is not the name of an adult club. It is a real place that will tune up your HVAC.
Yep.
Unlike the lamplighter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, did you miss what happened on Roses today? This is pretty terrible. When you feel like something's going on, you're usually
Trust your
right.
gut. It's always right.
100%. And Abby came to us about Charles. You got to hear how it played out next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.